Welcome back to yet another edition of So You're Interested In, the show where I break down an artist's discography in order to give you, the viewer, the best possible jumping off point in order to get into their catalog. And on this episode, we will be breaking down the discography of the post-hardcore outfit Touché Amoré. Since their formation in 2007, this LA-based group has been at the forefront of the emo revival movement, adding their own flair of angry vocals to their messy and noisy soundscape. After their first EP released in 2008, Touché Amoré have since put out a handful of full-length LPs, some EPs, some live albums, and a bunch of split singles. As always, I'll be discussing 2 albums and 3 individual tracks that I think you should be listening to if you want to get into Touché Amoré. No more messing around, let's get straight into the albums. The first album to spin by Touché Amoré is their 2013 record, Is Survived By. Raw production, big bangs, and soft lows dominate this eclectic record while still holding on to its overall cohesiveness. Starting with the song Two Right Content, you'll be given a great look into what Touché Amoré has to offer. The elegant guitars and swinging percussion serve as a perfect first taste into this fantastic record. The vocal mixing is so distant from the rest of the song, but the times that the vocals are brought up to the front are so rewarding. Next up, you get Harbor. An emotional tsunami of a track, Harbor puts lead singer Jeremy Ball's strained vocals to the ultimate test. Once the doors are completely blown off, this song becomes an anthem about finding the right path in life. Finally, you should check out Nonfiction. Opening up is a somber, slow ballad with Baum's vocals barely heard in the background. The song begins to speed up and switch gears until it becomes an all-out guitar assault. The lyrics of Passing Time aid in creating an atmosphere of anxiety, giving Nonfiction a certain sense of character. Is Survived By is a mesmerizing look into what the rest of Touché Amoré is all about. Next up, be sure to hear Touché Amoré's latest record, Lament. Lament is easily their most polished record in terms of mixing and production, but can still lend a hefty punch when it needs to. This album kicks off with Come Heroin. Opening up like a bat out of hell, Come Heroin finds itself kicking around many different sonic ideas, from segments that are calming and reflective to other ones that will blow your speakers apart. Next, Feign is the radio hit off of this record. I mean, not technically, but it is easily the most accessible cut from Lament. The hook is easily singable, the lyrics are relatable without sounding cliche, and the drums sound absolutely sublime. Last but not least, I'll Be Your Host is another fantastic emo track. Baum's vocals are as scratchy as ever, oozing with pain and self-hatred, all while the thumping bass trucks the song along. Plus, the intense build-up at the end is just the cherry on top. Lament is Touché Amoré's most accessible record yet, and it can be enjoyed by hardcore emo fans and casuals alike. And now, we move to the tracks. The first track to hear from Touché Amoré is Flowers and You from their 2016 LP Stage 4. Undeniably one of their biggest hits to date, this song shows off the best of both worlds for Touché Amoré. Feeling and sounding like your typical emo revival track in terms of the instrumental and vocals, it also leans more into a radio-friendly sound with the mixing. The bridges are calming, catchy, and memorable, while the verses and hook are heartfelt and captivating. Simply one of Touché Amoré's best, Flowers and You is a must-listen for newcomers to their discography. After that, you gotta listen to Cadence from their debut album, To the Beat of a Dead Horse. A short track running at just 1:49 seconds, there are 3 distinct sections to the song. The first features a heavy, deep guitar pounding like a ruthless bass. The second is a flowery guitar riff that quickly turns into an onslaught of screams and drums. Cadence is kind of all over the place, but that is what gives it such character, making it a perfect example of what Touché Amoré are capable of. To close out the tracks, you should listen to the live version of New Halloween, which comes off their 2018 record, 10 Years, 1,000 Shows, live at Regent Theater. Unlike many live songs, the production on this is surprisingly clean and polished almost to a fault. But while it teeters the line between studio recording and live performance, the real sweet stuff comes up when the audience joins in for the hook. Not to mention, Baum's vocal performance is utterly insane. While the studio version of New Halloween is great, the live version exudes so much emotion, it will have you searching your own soul for something more. Go check it out. And that is everything that I have to say about Touché Amoré. Well, I guess now that I'm thinking about it, it's not everything that I have to say, but this'll do. Be sure to check out these songs and albums that I recommended, and if you did end up liking them, please leave a comment below and tell me what you liked. Or you can even tell me if you hated every single song that you heard. Honestly, it's no skin off my back, I just make the videos. Also, while you're down there, leave your own suggestion for artists that you would like to be covered on this show. As always, I'm kind of far ahead in terms of the writing and video process, so don't be discouraged if you don't see a recommendation soon. I promise I will do my best to get get to all of them eventually. Be sure to subscribe for videos just like this every single Wednesday, along with the occasional video that comes out on Monday, along with Forever Spinning, a video history essay about a classic album. So yeah, that is it. That is Touché Amoré. Go give them a listen. Be sure to wear a mask when you go outside, and if you have the time, check out my end of year videos that I just put up. That's right, my favorite albums, songs, and some other random awards that I give out, all in different videos, all on this channel, all live right now. I think that is enough blabbering from me, so until we speak again, happy listening.